So I finished reading Out of My Mind by Sharon Draper. This is a Battle of the Books book for our school this year, or for our Battle of the Book competition this year. And I really, really enjoyed this book. In fact, a couple of years ago, we did a summer reading project where this was the featured book. And I can see why, because it was awesome. So if you haven't read Out of My Mind, I highly suggest that you do. It is about a girl named Melody, and it starts off with saying she knows thousands of words, millions of words, but has never said any words. And that's because Melody has cerebral palsy. So she is not, every condition of cerebral palsy is different, but in her specific case, she has a very hard time moving her body. She can't really control her body except for her thumbs, and she cannot speak. She can make some noises, but she can't really speak and say, things like, I love you, green, things like that. But she has so many thoughts and feelings in her head and so many words in her head because she just absorbs everything. And you can really see over the book her frustration of, I have these thoughts, I have these feelings, and I cannot get them out. And how frustrating that is for her to not convey it. And so she is, as I said, very, very smart. She goes to a regular school. She is in what we in my district are we call self-contained. So they are with she is with other students who have similar disabilities to her, where they cannot be put in a mainstream classroom or what we would call a general education classroom. Although when she enters 5th grade, her school does this new program called inclusion, where they're including students in the general ed classrooms. My school does something very similar, where our special ed students, our self-contained students, join for specials, music, art, things like that. Now, Melody, again, is very, very smart. So her aide helps her to get this awesome machine. They do research together to figure out how can I, kind of show people that I'm smart. She is able to do it she has a talking board where she can point to the words and spell out words, but it's not as great. This machine, she can just they can program thousands and thousands of words in it, and then she can have it talk for her, which is awesome. So using that machine, she's able to really show people how smart she is, and she's even able to join the school's quiz team. And initially, because unfortunately there are a couple of mean girls, and not all of the teachers unfortunately believe how smart she is. I'm sorry, Melody. That breaks my heart. I do understand it. Not all teachers have gone through the training. I would have hoped before the school started the inclusion program that they would have gotten some training on working with students with special needs. But they might not have. I don't know. But it is really, unfortunate for her. Anyway, so the first time she tries out she does the practice quiz for the quiz team, she gets a perfect score. And the teacher's shocked, the other kids are shocked, the mean girls are like, no, she can't have done it, she cheated, she has someone telling her the answers. So when she actually goes out to try for the quiz team, the aide doesn't even stay. She okay, I'm going, bye. Which is kind of funny. And of course she gets a perfect score again. So she really is very smart and is showing how smart she is. And unfortunately, there's nothing that will change her situation completely, but the fact that she is able to talk for herself, she is able to show people how smart she is, and her thoughts and her feelings is really, really wonderful. It does, stop in fifth grade. I would be very interested. There might even be a sequel. I have to look into that, because if there is a sequel, I would definitely like to read it. And I think our kids would really like it. And I think because they can see someone else's world. They only know their own world, and most of them don't have issues with talking and walking and, having to rely so heavily on other people. So I really think it's a great book to open up one's mind and one's view to other people's perspective. And I think it's done very, very well, where it's accessible for young students. It's a book for our fifth, sixth graders. So I definitely think like it's very accessible for fifth middle school. And I really did enjoy this. So happy reading.